Weight's going up. Baby! Look, wait! What's going on, guys? George here. Hope you're all amazingly well today. Today's a day which I know a lot of people have been waiting for. Today is the meal prep on a budget episode 2. Now my first one blew the fuck up. It got like nearly 8,000 views, I think, right now. So it blew up really well. I was quite shocked about it, really, because I didn't realise a lot of people would actually want to watch me cook food and stuff like that. I was quite surprised by people liking that kind of stuff, but I said if I get 30 likes I'll do an episode 2, and I'm currently on like 100 something. So on this one, if we can get like 50-60 likes, then I'll definitely do an episode 3 of it. Make sure you add me on Snapchat. I post daily workouts on there. I post my food on there and what I do get up to. Instagram's George Osmond 12. Snapchat George Osmond 12 as well. It's all in the link below in case you actually give a fuck. But yeah, a lot of people are looking forward to this, and I hope you are. So make sure you like the video. Fuck's sake, like the video. Subscribe if you're new, and yeah, all that kind of stuff. But I just want to go through what I'm quickly eating today, in case you don't want to watch it, and I don't want to waste your time. So what I'm eating today, I'm going to make a tuna pasta. I'm going to show you how I make my tuna pastas. Really good, really macro friendly as well. We're going to cook a burger. I'm going to cook my own burgers. Now, it's all good getting the like quarter pounders and all that kind of stuff, ready cooked burgers, but they're full of fat and it's not good. So I'm going to show you how to make a healthy, lean burger with beef mince, and then we're going to cook some sweet potato fries with a bit of steak. So that's going to be a few meals I'm going to be eating today and how I'm going to do that. So but first, what I need to do is I need to pop down to Asda because I forgot to buy beef mince. So I need to go down to Asda and buy that. So that is it for now. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you when I'm cooking. Alright guys, so welcome to the MasterChef kitchen. First of all, we're going to cook some pasta. Now, I showed you in previous video how I cooked the pasta, but I'll just go through it again in case anyone gives a fuck or anyone forget. Now, there's 130 grams of this, well, one minute, I fucked up already, of this pasta in there. And all you got to do, the best way to know if your pasta is cooked is just taste test. And if it tastes alright for you, it's cooked. If it don't taste alright, then leave it for a little bit longer and then it will eventually cook. But you don't want it on too much of a high heat because it'll burn the bottom and then you'll get your pasta stuck at the bottom. So the easiest way is to taste test it. So we filled up about an inch higher than what the actual pasta is in there, the height of it. And I'll just turn it on. So when it gets bubbling like this, all you want to do is just leave it for a bit, and if it gets too like aggressively bubbly, foamy, kind of cloudy, boiling water, then just turn it down a little notch and leave it for it takes about 8 to 10 minutes to cook. Pasta depends how the temperature you cook it on, but just leave it for a little bit and it'll eventually cook. So I'll see you in the next step. Also, don't be afraid to give your little pasta just a little stir like that, just a little stir to get everything flowing, because one thing you don't want it doing is sticking to the fucking whatever these are called. Don't want it sticking to that. Fuck me, it's disaster getting it off because you have to scrub it, and I'm not about that life. So just give it a little stir, let it bubble like that for a bit, and then it should be done. Alright guys, so now I've drained the pasta and it's cooked, it's all out, and now we're going to add some just Tesco's own pure tomato puree, I should say, double concentrated, woo. So the macros are there in case you give a fuck, pretty low in fat, sugar's a tiny bit high, but we're just going to splodge just as much as we think. So about that, and then we're going to give it a stir. Alright guys, so it's now time to add the cheese, and I'm going to put Just a guess, it's about 20 grams. I ain't tracking everything precisely. There we go, 20 grams. Looks like that. And what we're going to do now with the cheese is we're just going to mix it in, because the cheese will melt nicely on the pasta. So I hate having cheese like not melted, if that makes sense. So we're just going to rub that in. Then it's time to add the tuna. Alright guys, so this is the tuna I'll be using. It is a John West. I'll get anything. It's in brine. Normally I don't get brine, but it's on sale, so I'll get anything on sale, really, me. So that's the tuna I'm using, in case you give a fuck. Now I'm adding the tuna. So here we go. Bam. So I've gave it a little mix. And that is pretty much how you make a tuna pasta, with a bit of cheese in it. So it's a great meal, quick to do, effective meal. I'll put the macros on the screen for you up here, across here. Really simple, easy, effective meal. You probably know how to make it already, but that's one of my meals for today. I'm going to let that cool down for like probably about half an hour before putting it in the fridge for later. And yeah, moving on to the next meal I'll be doing, so stay tuned. This is the steak which I'm using. It is one of those steaks, 3 for a $5. It was going on quite a good deal at Asda. So a top tip for your steak, if you want it to be like nicely cooked, is you want to leave it out for about half an hour before you actually cook it, season it, do all that kind of stuff, then cook it. But I haven't got time for that, so we're just going to cook it from scratch. But top tip if you want a juicy, nice steak. Okay guys, so the next meal I should say, I've done the washing up. The next meal we've got 250 grams of sweet potato fries, the McCain's one, the crispy sweet potato fries, 250 grams of that. We got our steak on the go here, which I've sprayed and I've left out for about 20 minutes now. Because the best way to cook your steak, if you didn't know, is to leave it out for about half an hour before you're cooking it. Spray whatever you got to spray on it, and put all your salt and pepper on it if you want salt and pepper. So I'm heating up the oven now on gas mark 7, and I'm going to do this and I'll leave for another 5 minutes. Put those in for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'm going to cook my steak. So I'll show you how it goes. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so as these take about 17 minutes to cook, we're just going to check on them, and as you can see they're looking crispy, they're looking good. So always check on, if you're cooking stuff in the oven, always monitor it, because you don't want to overcook it or undercook it. So just keep an eye on what you do, especially fries and that, because one minute you'll look, they're fine, next minute they're fucking black and you're like, what the fuck? So always monitor your food, and yeah. Gonna cook some steak in a minute, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so with your steak you want to heat the pan up on a high temperature. You want to cook it on a high temperature as well. So if you have a gas kind of oven or grill, I should say, or whatever, stove, this is the temperature you want it on. So just leave that for a minute, and then we're going to shove the steak on, so stay tuned. So now it's time to add the steak. I put some salt and pepper on it, and it's kind of like settled in. So what I'm going to do is just bam, like that, and then we're going to leave that for about 4 minutes on each side. Then we're going to flip it. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so it's now time to get the sweet potato fries out. So have a look at these bad boys. Oh yeah. Yeah. There we go, look at those bad boys, looking alright, bit burnt, but hey. So I got them in my pot, and now I'm going to wait for the steak to be done. Now the steak I flipped over already, so I'm just going to wait for it to cook this side. As you can see, it's a little bit pinky still, but my steaks, I like them, I'll probably say medium to well done. I'm a bit picky. If anything's a bit bloody, I'm like, nah, it's not for me, because I get scared of food poisoning and stuff. So I'm going to cook that for a little bit longer, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. So I'm going to cut open the steak now and we're going to see what it looks like. As you can see, it's pretty much well done, so that's sweet. What we're going to do is I'm going to cut it up in half if I can. And I'm going to cut it into little strips like this. So here's the next meal prep, which I'm going to eat now as it's come to the time for me to eat. Normally what I'd do is I'd reheat this if I had to. So as you can see, we've got sweet potato and we've got the steak. Now normally you can add a bit of broccoli to this, and I added a little bit of broccoli. But this is a typical bulking meal. This is going to be my pre-workout for today. So yeah, I'm going to eat this quickly and then we're going to prepare our next meal, which is the burger, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, so we're saving the best till last. Now these are the burgers I'll be cooking. Now you can buy the ready cooked ones which are in the shape of the burger, you just put it in the pan, but they're all fattening, greasy, disgusting, so we're going to cook some burgers from scratch. So I've got the 5% fat beef mince, and I'll show you how I make my beef burgers, so watch the next clip. Alright guys, so we have got like what we want. Like, I've chosen to do this much. What we're going to do is we're going to spray it with the 1 calorie spray because it's much easier. So when you want to roll it into a ball like this, it can like stick together very well. But when you do it without the spray, it doesn't really stick quite as well. So if you want to just keep spraying it, like just spray it. And we're going to kind of make a ball shape, kind of as a burger. So everyone knows what a burger looks like. So for example, like that. But I'm going to make it a bit better. So I'll show you when that's done. Alright guys, so I've got it into my ball shape kind of thing. And I've put a bit of salt and pepper on both sides. A lot of people like to really go into depth with the burgers, like put herbs and all this kind of stuff. But like I said, I haven't got time for that bullshit, so I just like salt and pepper, classic stuff, easy, I'm just eat it straight. So I'm going to heat up the pan, and then we're going to put it in, and I'll tell you how long it takes and blah blah blah. So when cooking the burger, it takes about, you want to flip it on one side until it's like, there's no like pinky ready stuff in the middle, so... Oh, Mac's getting a bit angry at the door. So what you want to do is have it on the heat like this, and you want to flip it like every, I'd say about 5 minutes. So we're going to put it in. And what I like to do when I put the burger in is I like to just pat it down just a little bit. Just like that. And I also think a good way to know when you want to flip your burger is to check if the brown's like halfway. So basically, it's not halfway yet. So the way I do it, if that makes any sense, because that didn't make no sense to me, is to just when it gets cooked halfway, just flip it over, and obviously it's going to cook the other side to meet in the middle. So you have a fully cooked burger. You don't want to get food poisoning off this kind of stuff, because food poisoning is nasty as fuck. Also, burgers are great for when you want to cut, because what I make when I'm cutting instead of bulking is I make turkey burgers with like low calorie kind of bread. Turkey, the lean turkey, I think it's 3% fat I get, has like crazy like 35 grams of protein per 100 grams, so it's a great source of protein for when you want to cut, because obviously you have to increase your protein, and it's just something that tastes nice, if that makes sense, because when you're cutting, all foods are horrible, it's boring, it's shit. So my advice is to make a turkey burger if you can. I might make a recipe on it if you want to see that, but for now we're using the beef mince 5% fat. So yeah, and we flipped the burger, I should say. We flipped it now. It looks pretty good. I fucked up the flip though, but what we're having with it is we're going to have a cheese bagel, which I've put in the toaster here ready. I don't need to show you how to use a toaster, it's pretty common sense. I'm also going to add a little bit of cheese on top, so I'll show you that, stay tuned. So in case anyone actually gives a fuck what cheese I'll be using a 30% less fat mature sliced British cheese, which what we're gonna do is when this is cooked, we're just gonna place one of these on top, and what it does, it basically just melts into the burger. Obviously that's why you have like melted cheese and burgers. That's what they do. They kind of, you can microwave it, but normally I'll just pat it on top, leave it there, and it just eventually just melts due to obviously the temperature of blah blah blah. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna check if the burger's cooked. That's one thing you always gotta fucking do. So what we're gonna do is just cut it open a little bit, have a look inside. Just a little, like a minute or two. And then we're going to put the cheese on, so watch out for that. And now what we're going to do is put the cheese on. If I can open this packet. Just like that, and we're just going to kind of just leave that for a little bit, and then it will eventually melt. So. Alright guys, so there we have it. We have the burger I've made, and what we've got to do is just put like that, and there we go. Nice macro friendly burger. Obviously we use the 5% fat beef instead of like the quarter pounders, which are like 10, 15, 20% or 20 grams of fat I should say. So yeah, that's perfect. So give that meal a go. Try it with a bagel, try it with anything if you want, anything. So that's pretty much it for that, and I've obviously got to wash up all this shit, which I'm not looking forward to. I've already washed up twice as it is. But yeah, great meal, packed with flavour, and it's just an all good meal. So give that a go, let me know what you think. I'm going to leave that video here. If you're still watching, then thank you very much. I appreciate all your time you've given to watch me and the support. If you can drop a like, remember 50 or 60 likes, I'll do another one. Maybe this one wasn't in too much detail, maybe it was, but we'll see. So if you can like the video, share the video, I appreciate the support. So cheers, thank you.